method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice, we never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome to another episode of This Week in Professional Wrestling. This is not the main show, but we had set up what we're calling the dark side of Matt Riddle.
I hope it doesn't take place in the bedroom. He likes to show all his
We were
sides.
contacted by the ex-girlfriend Daniella Petrow. She has most recently been in the dirt sheets in regards to her relationship with the hot prospect, but the hot star of the WWE, Mr. Matt Riddle, who's now found himself in drug rehab. Unfortunately, guys, I hate to do this to you, but she wrote me, and her son became very, very ill, and she had to bring him to the hospital. Yeah. So we're going to, I have to reschedule. I would have changed the show title, and that's not something we usually do. I was speaking to her all day yesterday. Very emotional conversations. There's nothing like hearing a person that you don't even know breaking down, crying on numerous phone calls. We had 3 phone calls, right? And she couldn't control herself. Some of the atrocities that Miss Petrow claims that Mr. Riddle did to us. And by the way, these are not the what is it called? This is not our opinion or the opinion of Indie Music TV, right? This is just what we were told. And if we were going to do the show with her, there would be a ton of disclaimers. I mean, she will be back on, but we will discuss her. I do apologize. Don't forget, at 9 o'clock, we do have Glacier. So I sent you some of the videos, sent you some of the information.
Yeah, thanks.
What were your thoughts?
First of all, thanks.
Yeah.
Second of all, okay, wow, she's a knockout.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous,
I was
gorgeous
like,
lady.
oh my
gorgeous
dear
lady.
Lord. But more importantly, and this is my opinion, boy, is he creepy. That was creepy. Like some of the stuff you sent me, I'm looking at, I'm like, man, he kind of creeped me out, just for the record. And I haven't heard a word from her yet. I haven't spoken to her.
No.
I haven't heard a word from her yet. I just thought he was kind of creepy, kind of weird, but
different generation,
to each
though,
his
man.
own.
I will say this:
I guess.
we're older.
Yeah.
This generation, there's something different, right? They paint their nails, which
I don't care about
he
that.
seems to be. But that's
You know,
That's
it's weird. My
man.
drummer from War Dance painted his nails, and I thought it was weird, but I didn't care.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Painted his nails black at least.
Yeah, like all black, right?
He
At
was
least
just a goth.
organized, right?
He was like a
Organized.
goth. He was like a goth dude. His girlfriend was gothic, you know, the guy back in the day. But look, I think it's strange, but you know, again, to each his own, I guess.
I gotta tell you, this guy Riddle though, he pulls some gorgeous, gorgeous ladies, huh?
Are you surprised, bro? Does that surprise
Is it the
you?
long hair? Is that
Does
why
that
you're pulling on
surprise
your
you,
hair?
bro?
I don't know if it's a long
because
hair,
there's
man.
a certain niche.
Yeah.
I can't say this much just from experience. There's a certain niche, and no, it's not because of his hair, but there are ladies out there that absolutely love long hair on a guy. So, and it doesn't hurt that he's, you know, built like a statue. So I'm not surprised that he gets a lot of girls. He's a star. You know, is he abusing the privilege of being a star? I think that that's what we may have found some things out about tonight. Maybe not.
I'm gonna let her speak for herself.
Absolutely.
But I mean, she did tell me stories where she went to WrestleMania with him. She was broken up with him, and he was still married at the time. Maybe going through a divorce. I don't know. That wasn't too clear.
Okay.
He said he met Stephanie. He met Hunter. Mm-hmm. You know, and he would just make her do things that she didn't want to do. But I mean, I want her to tell a story. To hear it from me.
No, I think you
I
should.
mean, I was on the other side, and I mean,
Yeah.
this is someone that's the
Had
age
to be
of my
awkward
daughter.
for you, though. No, I would think.
Nah, you know what, dude? It's like
Are you getting used to this? There's a
it's
lot
not.
of.
It's not used
That's
to
not
it.
the first time for not to fill in too much behind the scenes to the audience at home, but that's not the first time, you've received a phone call from either a wrestler or someone who's involved with the wrestler, where they're in some serious dire straits. That's not the first time. So that's an interesting thing you have to deal with a lot. I just figured I would mention that because I don't know how the hell you do it.
Well, I felt bad, and I felt like this is what we do here.
Right.
We let the speechless speak.
Right.
We let the people that aren't
Right.
speechless speak. Right?
Right.
Everybody has a right to what
Yeah.
they have to say.
Yeah.
I thought that if someone felt, look,
This
this is what I thought. We did a show about a year ago. Remember with the whole Candy Cartwright thing?
Yeah, sure.
And you
yeah,
were
yeah,
very
yeah.
pro Riddle, which I totally understood.
Right. This is a different circumstance, though, than that one for some strange reason.
Tell me why, because that was something I wanted to know.
Because unless can I ask this before I give my
Go ahead.
opinion? Is she a wrestler of any kind or involved in wrestling?
No, she is not.
She's not at all.
No.
I felt that the Candy Cartwright thing was because Candy was trying to use him to advance herself. I think that that's different, But then again, maybe it's not. Maybe if she's getting her name out there, maybe she gets some advertisement offers or something happens for her to benefit her. I don't know.
She did tell me that she reached out to Riddle, sent him a very erotic video. That's how their relationship began.
Wow.
I think she said she spotted him and then sent him a video. And
when
then
you
he
start
called her.
on that level, are you setting yourself up?
Well, these are questions I wanted to ask her.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
what do you think about that? Yipe.
Was part of me thinking, hey, this is just a woman scorned?
Who knows?
You know what I'm saying?
There's so many shades of gray we can't answer.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And,
do
when
not
someone's
know.
breaking down crying, you feel that emotion, right?
Right.
I'm a man. I feel bad for women. I mean, this girl is the age of my daughter. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably, right? I'm assuming.
I guess.
But, again, is she crying because Matt Riddle's gone?
Yeah, I don't know. She'll have to fill in those blanks if we get her to call in.
Again, now, guys, part of me thought when I got the message that someone reached out to her and said, you cannot do this show.
That's very possible. I do think
and
that's a possibility.
that is certainly a fair,
Would not be surprised.
thing.
Would not be surprised. There's a certain amount of heat that comes with Monte and the Pharaoh.
But the one thing is, I do have a bunch of videos that she had sent me, which I just sent you to look at.
They're
right?
weird. They're weird. He's weird.
Again, she seems like such a nice lady, young lady, but a nice lady.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like she's totally into him. That's all I got out of that. I can't come up with a personality analysis until I got a feel for her as far as talking to her and stuff. But she sure seemed smitten with Matt Riddle in those videos.
Well,
for sure.
again, we're going to hopefully have her back on again. Disappointing to everybody there, guys, but this is
you can't,
live television, so
can't
things
control,
do happen.
and not for nothing. I hope her kid's okay. I mean,
her kid's fine.
For whatever that's worth coming from me.
Her child's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Again,
that's a good thing.
She seems like a very, very nice lady, and again, I'm not laying judgment on Matt Riddle.
No.
I just want her to be able to share her story.
That's what I wanted to say to you before. Even if Matt Riddle wanted, let's say he got wind of it, like if we did talk to her tonight, and he wanted to come on, he would not be allowed anyway. That bothers me. Did you ever think about that one? Because I would love to have Matt Riddle explain himself on our show, but you know damn well they would never let him do it. And he might even want to after hearing it.
Well,
I'm just saying, because he works for the mothership, the big enterprise, he's not going to ever be able to
Here's one thing. Here's
us.
one thing Matt Riddle should really think about.
Reevaluate,
because guess what? If you're going to involve yourself with people,
right,
and you piss them off that bad that they want to go on social
this day
media,
and age, yeah,
you better rethink
what
you're doing.
Right.
You are not a normal human being. Listen,
No,
normal human beings have this problem.
Right.
Normal human beings is the wrong word, but you're not the regular Joe.
You know what? He's not a normal. You're right. Exactly. You're not the regular Joe. You're a celebrity, bro. Whether you want to be or not, bro. Whether you want to be or not.
All right, reminder, guys, 9 o'clock, we do have Glacier on, so we'll drop off about 8:40 or so.
Right.
Get Glacier set up, and that will be a hot interview. Now, this would have been a great interview with Daniella. Trust me, I was looking forward to this. This is something as all of us, our family here, could really have gotten. But don't worry, though. We won't let you down. We will get that interview.
Oh, we got Glacier coming up later.
Yeah. Last night, looks like AEW is making a slowly getting up there. 950,000 fans last night, buddy.
That's good. That's good for them, I guess. What do you think the big? Why do you think the surge? Is it the holidays and people are home watching shit, or is there something you think that has made it so special that it's ascending this way? What's going on?
I started to think, is Monte wrong again? Because when I was
what?
Because I was saying, looks like MJF. Looks like MJF isn't really doing a good job as a champion. Doesn't look like he's changing anything. But if you see the ratings creeping up, maybe he is.
MJF is getting involved on WFAN. Are you aware of that?
I am not. Fill me in.
Yeah, you know Craig Carton?
Yes.
Yeah, well, apparently him and MJF have been exchanging insults.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's a pretty smart move for the New York market, by the way.
So Craig Carton's getting into the wrestling business.
He's like, who is this loser? He's asking Evan Roberts, because Evan Roberts loves wrestling. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
Yeah,
I am, yeah.
And he's like, who is this loser, MJF? And Evan's like, and this would have driven you mad when he said this. This is one of the big radio sports jocks on WFAN here in New York. It's a big station. He's like, he's the guy that's the best thing going in wrestling today.
Evan
and
Roberts
I was
don't know
like,
shit.
here we go.
What a fucking ass. Well, because you know what? Because they're
Roman Reigns and the Bloodline are not the best thing going in wrestling. It's got to be
they're
MJF.
placating to AEW,
stop.
man.
Of course they are. I saw FAN was even doing it.
Good news out there for Jet fans. It's 0-0.
Fucking A, man. I told you we had a chance. Fucking A.
Game just started. 0-0. I was expecting it.
Alone. Leave the kid alone. Let him grow up.
All right, here's something
God.
annoying. Last night, the Elite defeated Death Triangle.
Wow!
But here comes the comeback. Down 3-0. Here comes the comeback to make it 3-3.
You see how surprised I am at this comeback?
This is some of the worst writing I've ever seen.
Are you sick and tired of... Don't... Look, best of sevens always turn out this way.
They don't always. I don't think
Did
really.
we have a... And it's a sweep, 4-0.
How great would it have been to have
Never.
a sweep? How great would it have been to have a
Cesaro,
sweep?
Sheamus, up here we are in match 7 every single fucking time. That's
You're
what
right.
and I knew that when they were down 3-1, I'm like, here we go.
Well, 3-0 they were
That's
down.
true. Here comes 3-1, 3-2. This is going 7.
Stupid.
I'd bet my left... Well, I better not say it live.
How about let be 3-1 and then win 4-1? I mean, can we have some reality in here, please?
Like recently, remember? It wasn't that
How
long
about like
ago.
the Yankees? 4-1.
It wasn't even that long ago. Maybe in the last year or so. But the Usos defended their belts. I can't remember who. 2 out of 3 falls. They won both falls.
There you go.
Great.
That's great.
I was like, shit. They won both falls because you're sitting there watching fall 2. Okay, even it up, and they didn't. 2-0. Nice riding.
You know what's interesting? I was thinking about that. Do you remember when Brutus Beefcake and the Bulldogs in WrestleMania 2, the Bulldogs beat the Dream Team, Brutus Beefcake, Greg Valentine?
Right.
if you guys remember, Saturday night's main event, they had a 2 or 3 falls match. It was the following right after WrestleMania 2.
Wow, you're going back, but okay.
But who won the first fall? The Dream Team.
Oh, that's right. We thought.
And you thought, oh my God, they're going to win the belts back.
Right. What happened with the rest of it, please?
Bulldogs won, too.
Of course.
But still, there was that
Right.
that bit of
They got a
whatever.
shot. They can't possibly get pinned twice. Ah, fuck.
All right, well, we got your face turned. Keith Lee's now,
My face turn?
Swerve Strickland beat up Keith Lee. I mean,
All right. Who cares?
it's like so.
Dude, I don't care. I don't care at all. They haven't done anything with him to make me take him seriously, or don't. There's so many pointless angles going on over there. Pointless.
I like Strickland.
He's cool. He's okay.
Keith Lee, on the other hand, I just don't get.
I did get Keith Lee once upon a time, but that was like the last time I got Keith Lee was staring at Brock Lesnar. It's been all downhill since.
Right.
I can't say it any other way for me. So
Former multi-time women's champion Sasha Banks has reportedly been released by the WWE. The boss has been away from the WWE television for months following her Raw walkout with Naomi. So she has been released. So New Japan, and then AEW.
who cares? I know
Really?
you do. I don't give a shit. I don't think that she'll make much of a difference. Who gives a shit? I'm not big on this. You know what's funny though? It's funny how in this case I'm not feeling the usual emotions I get from you when somebody gives our company that we grew up with the middle finger. It pisses me off. Listen, if you or I, God forbid, lost our jobs tomorrow, we would be looking real quick for another one.
Right.
Okay? How did Sasha Banks get so wealthy and famous? Through what? The WWE.
Yeah.
I, as a regular person, get really fucking angry when I see that she could take this much time off from work, go out and make money because of the job she's taking time off from, with public appearances and shit like that, charging up the ass, and then being able to give that company the middle finger and walk away. Fuck you. I hope you fail. I hope you fail.
Well, I will tell you,
I'm rough.
Well,
but I'm rough.
But you're right.
Yeah.
But she will. Failing is probably not the word,
She's
because
never
how
gonna
can you
fail.
fail?
No, she's not
right?
gonna
She's
fail.
done what she had to do
but
in the industry.
I'm just ticked off at it. I mean, and I'm a fan of hers. You know I am. So I'm not happy about this. But then again, I wasn't happy when CM Punk walked away and whined and screamed and complained. Then I wanted to root for him when he went to UFC and he got knocked around like a can of tomatoes. Then he goes to AEW. Anything but to return to where he got famous in the first place. I can't stand that.
How about Dax Hardwood
That's
weigh in?
stupid.
Dax Hardwood weigh in. I think just like me, I feel sometimes she gets a bad rap because of her passionate and she and how much she wants. Hardwood explained. She wants it all. She wants to work for it. That's the same with us. Like, I want everything in this business, but I want to work for it. I want you to know that I'm going to work hard for you, and that's her man. She knows that she deserves, and she knows what she's earned, and she works her ass off to get it.
Nobody ever said
And she doesn't get
didn't.
it. She feels slighted for some reason, and whatever. Huge star, huge heart, beautiful human being. So, rumor has it that part of the reason the issue was that she wanted Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair dollars. She's not Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair.
No.
And let's be smart.
she's not.
Let's be smart here. The WWE sees merchandise sales, okay? They have all this marketing going on.
Right.
If her shirts or her whatever, her boss stuff was blowing people away, no doubt they would have inked her for
Right.
whatever money they needed to.
Right.
There's a mathematical equation in everything we do in life, guys.
Right.
So it's like somewhere, unless someone's just an idiot,
Right.
There's the analytics are there, and they're like, nope, you're worth this.
Historically, what has happened when somebody goes in and tries to hold the WWE for ransom and then does a rude thing like just hand in the titles and walk out? What historically happens to people like that? How do they turn out?
They
usually?
eventually go into oblivion.
Thank you. I have zero. You know how much I love wrestling. I have zero interest in what she does in New Japan. I have zero interest in what she does in AEW. You see, the problem is that if
She's
I'm going
she's gonna move the needle in AEW, though.
She will not unless the following happens. She will not. I love Batman. I think Batman's great.
Okay.
You don't give me a Joker, you've cut Batman his effectiveness in half.
Right.
Who is Sasha Banks' Joker? Who the fuck is she going to work with over there? The way you had a plethora. Not only did Batman have the Joker in WWE, you had the Riddler, you had Catwoman, you have multiple options in WWE to have legendary feuds like she was in the progress of having already. Why the hell do you walk away from Optimum Pay and Optimum Exposure? She's already been given Optimum titles. No one was disrespecting her. Oh my God, they're making me hold the tag titles with fellow legend Naomi, who's already also probably going to wind up in the Hall of Fame. Let's get honest here. You know, if they're putting what's his name in the Hall of Fame, the great Khali, Naomi's going in the Hall of Fame. That's what they do. You know, you're walking away from all of this. All of this.
Listen,
you are insane.
Right.
You're absolutely insane. You pissed away everybody else's Super Bowl dream. And you think that I'm going to sit here and I don't give a shit what you do in New Japan. I don't give a shit what you do in AEW. There is no Charlotte Flair over there. There is no Becky Lynch. There is no Bayley over there. There is no...
All right.
So who's she fighting? Who's she fighting? Paige?
You're right.
Paige is going to last one kick. Someone's going to mistakenly kick Paige in the head, and that's going to be the end of her. It's going to be Paige Goldberg.
Wow, bro, you're really getting crazy.
Well, it's annoying as fuck at this point. I'm just like, stop it. This is how I feel about it. Big deal.
So you don't think she can move the needle?
No, ratings wise, no. Not unless she gets some jokers over there. That you got to have a counter. You got to have a great rivalry. Don't rivalries count for anything anymore?
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you
Who's
are
the
100% right. They don't have enough power over there to match what she. And not to mention, she's a excellent wrestler. Mm-hmm. She's got. But I will tell you that she can move the needle for AEW.
Who's the golden boy for MJF? Does he have one? This is another reason why there's not millions of people watching every week. MJF's gold. It's great. But who's his golden boy?
Well, I guess
fight
right
him?
now it's Bryan Danielson, right?
He was the golden boy 8, 9, 10 years ago. That's the problem with AEW. Where's your homegrown golden boy to fight your homegrown villain? Where is he? Where is he?
He's not there.
And they wonder why they can't get Stone Cold versus The Rock ratings, why they can't get Macho Man versus Hogan ratings.
Right.
You can't because you don't have Batman and a Joker. It's a simple concept. Create them and apply them.
It is a simple concept.
It's a simple. Wow, what was in my salad?
But I will tell you that MJF...
Tossed salad?
For some reason, I feel like people just give this guy way too much credit.
I think he's great. I would love to see him in Vince's presentation.
He's too small.
I'm still saying Vince's presentation. Do you believe this? The man's not there anymore.
He's too small. He's too small.
Do you really think so?
I do.
I think he's a kind of beefy. He's the little guy.
I was like, who did I see? Who was he squaring off against?
Tiger Mask?
Who was he squaring off against the other day? He was
Paige
no.
or Moxley or
no, MJF
who's
was.
he fighting now? Who knows anymore?
Oh, Ricky Starks.
Oh, that's right.
And Ricky Starks was as big as
that's
MJF.
Get out of here. I have to take a look now.
Take a look at that.
Now you're going to make me take a look. I'm going to have to watch it
again.
for a few minutes.
There's a problem if you go to the WWE and you got a Randy Orton to look at, and it looks like Andre the Giant against,
Randy Orton's like Andre the
against
Giant.
Rick McGraw.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a problem.
These guys, yeah.
I mean, you don't realize how big some of these guys are. When Maven was in here.
Maven's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. You know what really blew my mind? How big Midian was.
Oh, my God.
That was
guys.
ridiculous.
Both of those guys were huge.
I couldn't believe how big Midian was. I was like, oh, my God, you're enormous. And
it's funny, not to knock Marty Jannetty, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Marty's got a big head, though.
He does. He
it's
does.
like his head is like...
But when he came in, he's like a regular-sized dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He looks normal compared to most of them. That's true.
I think, shockingly enough, we got
compliment,
Enzo
honestly.
coming in January. I bet you
Enzo's
a big dude.
We saw Enzo at a convention. Enzo's big.
Yeah.
He's
tall literally dude. Super small in the WWE.
Right. He was tiny in the WWE. We were standing next to him. I'm like, hi, Enzo. I'm like, what the hell?
Wouldn't it be smart to put, like, Luchasaurus against MJF or something like that?
No, it wouldn't be smart to put Luchasaurus against the Stegosaurus.
Or Christian or something.
Christian against MJF? You really would want to see that? Who cares?
All right. So, anyway, we're gonna call it. We will be back in about at 9 o'clock with WCW superstar Glacier.
Nice.
Very excited for that. Again, guys, we want to apologize. This was out of our control.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Daniella's son is feeling better.
For sure.
And hopefully we'll have her on, and
Sure.
we will be able to get our things. And all right, we'll see you in a few. This has been Mike Monte.
This is the Pharaoh. See you shortly. Later.